you very much. Now, in the course of the week,
Yes.
precisely on the 22nd of November,
Yes.
Central Bank announced that they moved up the MPR by 100 basis points, landing at somewhere around 16.5%. What is the implication to the economy, to the average person, to the person who uses the money from commercial bank? How would it affect us, the ordinary people?
Okay. So there are two basic ways the MPR affects the ordinary person. If you come from the deposit savings side, it simply means that if you're going to put your money in a commercial bank, you are likely to get a higher rate of return by virtue of an increase in the monetary policy rate. Because it means for banks to be able to take money from you, they certainly cannot offer you a rate that is less than the MPR. It would be unusual. That's on the deposit saving side. However, if you are going to be on the borrowing side, it's not the same effect. And by the way, the increase in the monetary policy rate based on the judgment of the central bank is to help to moderate the effect of inflation.
Correct.
And that's where the issue of you getting a higher return comes in. But you see, in doing that, there's another dimension to it. For the borrower, it means that money will be more expensive if they seek to borrow from the banks. And that's where the manufacturers are usually crying foul, because that they get more heat below the belt with every increase in the cost of funds. If their inputs become more expensive, it's like taking from one side and you're paying the other side. If their inputs become more expensive, production cost shoots up, and that is transferred again to the average man down the street. However, one of the dilemmas the central bank seeks to balance is those conflicting interests. And because they have the benefit of seeing both sides, they tend to weigh the consequences of the positive and the negative, and then decide at what point to peg that